In 2050, a file so small yet so powerful will exist that it can cripple an entire nation's operations. But what if this was not a distant future? What if it was the year 2010? Welcome to the era of cyber warfare, where digital threats can have devastating physical consequences. It's November 10th, 2008. Barack Obama, fresh from his historic election win, makes his way to the White House. There, he meets with the outgoing president, George Bush. In this pivotal meeting, Bush unveils a closely guarded secret, a groundbreaking weapon co-developed by the US and Israel since 2005, dubbed Project Olympic Games. This wasn't a missile or a traditional bomb, it was a piece of digital warfare, a tiny computer file, less than a megabyte in size, containing 150,000 lines of sophisticated code. Its mission to infiltrate and disrupt one of Iran's most secure nuclear facilities, buried deep underground. In 2010, the world discovered that a uranium enrichment facility in Iran had been struck by a cyber worm designed to disrupt its enrichment capabilities. This worm, named Stuxnet, specifically targeted centrifuges, manipulating their rotation speed until they were rendered inoperative. Remarkably, Stuxnet was engineered to attack devices that were completely isolated from the internet. Yes, you heard that right. Devices entirely offline. The worm contained no code meant to exploit internet vulnerabilities, raising the obvious question, how did this cyber worm infiltrate and propagate? Imagine this, it was through a simple USB flash drive. All it took was for the flash drive to be plugged into any device on the isolated network of the nuclear reactor, and the worm would reach its intended target. But how did it find its way into such a secure and critical device within the Iranian nuclear facility? What we mean here is that the facility is definitely highly protected and fortified. The creators of Stuxnet designed it to remain dormant upon initial entry into a device, searching to see if the device contained a centrifuge. If not, it would hide and wait, transferring itself to any new flash drives connected to the device. These infected flash drives would then spread the worm from one device to another, across various systems globally. Stuxnet's persistence paid off, infecting 58% of all devices in Iran, and even reaching devices in numerous other countries, including some in the United States, which is believed to have been directly involved in its creation. This extensive spread meant that Stuxnet eventually found its way onto a flash drive that was connected to one of the isolated devices in the nuclear reactor. Once there, Stuxnet activated, executing its mission and marking a significant instance of cyber warfare.
An Iranian official described it as an act of nuclear terrorism. Stuxnet's success demonstrated the potential of cyber weapons, prompting nations to develop their own. The cyber warfare era had begun.
This cyber weapon, named Stuxnet, represented a new era of warfare. It wasn't just about attacking physical infrastructure. It was about using code to cause real-world chaos. This marked a significant shift in how nations could engage in conflict, moving from traditional weapons to digital ones.
We're entering a new age where digital threats can cause physical damage. Lives are at risk through cyber attacks. With a single click, a nation can be brought to its knees.
Before Stuxnet, cyber attacks were relatively basic. In the 80s, an East German hacker breached US military systems. By 2007, Russian hackers targeted Estonian websites. But these were just the beginning. With the internet boom in the early 2000s, hackers found new ways to exploit system vulnerabilities. Governments worldwide recognized the potential of cyber weapons. Software controls our modern lives, power grids, banking, transportation, all driven by code. But this code can contain flaws known as zero-day vulnerabilities, which hackers eagerly exploit. When hackers discover these flaws, they have options. Sell them to tech companies like Microsoft, to criminals on the dark web, or even to governments seeking to create cyber weapons. Fast forward to 2016. During the US presidential election, Russian hackers executed cyber attacks, including breaching Democratic Party emails and targeting voter databases. Amidst this, the shadow brokers leaked powerful NSA cyber tools like Eternal Blue, which could control Windows systems. Eternal Blue, initially a top-secret military tool, became accessible to anyone with internet access, leading to massive global cyber attacks. Incidents like WannaCry and NotPetya inflicted billions in damages worldwide. The WannaCry ransomware attack, which occurred in May 2017, exploited the Eternal Blue vulnerability in Windows operating systems. It rapidly spread across the globe, encrypting data and demanding ransom payments in Bitcoin. Critical infrastructures, including hospitals, transportation networks, and businesses, were heavily impacted, disrupting services and causing financial losses estimated in the billions. Sensitive files of hospitals, transport companies, and others have become unreadable due to their encryption, and they must pay a ransom to the perpetrators of the attack to give them the decryption key to recover their data. You can imagine how sensitive the matter is when it comes to the data of patients in hospitals with dangerous conditions. The matter went beyond financial damage and affected human lives themselves. These attacks revealed the true power of cyber weapons in malicious hands. Cyber warfare is not just a governmental concern, it's a global threat that can disrupt our very way of life. We are in a new age of conflict. Cyber attacks can incapacitate infrastructure, steal sensitive information, and destabilize economies. The battlefield has evolved, and our understanding of security must evolve too. Thank you for staying with us. Don't forget to support us by liking, subscribing, and waiting for our next work.